Chapter 1. The arrival on Mars in the distant future. Humanity finally reached Mars. The first colonizers established a base on the Red Planet and began exploring its surface. They dreamed of finding life, but so far, they had only discovered rare microorganisms in the Martian soil. Chapter 2. The discovery one day. During another expedition, a group of scientists stumbled upon strange structures in the Phoenix crater. They were covered with shiny crystals and emitted a soft glow. As they approached, the team realized these were not natural formations, but old buildings resembling structures. Chapter 3. Into the unknown. Deciding to investigate the discovery, the scientists entered one of the buildings. Inside, they found fossils that resembled living beings, but were vastly different from anything they had ever known. At that moment, an incredible event occurred. The walls began to glow, and images appeared on screens in the room. Chapter 4. The message from the past. It turned out these were recordings of an extraterrestrial race that once inhabited Mars. They were a highly advanced species that used technologies beyond humanity's wildest dreams. The recordings spoke of a great exodus when their planet began to lose its habitability, forcing them to leave. Chapter 5. Historic revelation. The scientific team realized they were witnessing a historic discovery. They decided it was necessary to preserve these records and send them back to Earth, so that all of humanity could learn about the Martian civilization. Chapter 6. Unforeseen consequences. However, they soon noticed that each new interaction with the recordings caused strange changes in the surrounding environment. The atmosphere became increasingly unstable, and Martian storms intensified. The colonizers understood that something was guarding these records, and their interference might awaken forces they could not control. Chapter 7. A difficult decision. Faced with the choice to leave the base or continue their research, the scientists decided to conduct one last experiment. They recreated a simulation to understand what had happened to the extraterrestrial race. At that moment, they finally learned the truth. The Martians used their technologies to protect their planet from external interference, and now that protection could activate once more. Chapter 8. The legacy of the Martians. After this revelation, the group chose to cease their investigations and leave the crater. They left everything as it was, closing access to the discovered technologies. Upon returning to Earth, the scientists concluded that some mysteries should remain unsolved, and that the Martians might still vigilantly guard their legacy. Chapter 9. The Martian Enigma. This story became known as the Martian Enigma and later inspired a generation of explorers and dreamers. Humanity understood that Earth is not the only home for life, and who knows what other secrets other planets may hold. Chapter 10. The atmosphere of Mars. The atmosphere of Mars is much thinner than that of Earth. It is 95% carbon dioxide, while our planet's atmosphere is rich in nitrogen and oxygen. Thus, Earthlings will not be able to breathe freely on Mars. However, in April 2021, the Perseverance rover managed to obtain a small amount of oxygen from the Martian atmosphere. In the future, this technology will likely make it possible to produce oxygen for Martian colonists